Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another edition of the Matt Z WWE Show. Please be sure to leave a like and a comment on this video and go subscribe for more videos. I'll be talking to you. This is going to be my video series. I'll be making weekly videos on either Thursdays or Fridays. A new series which I'm calling The Road to WrestleMania 29. This is episode 1. I'm going to be talking about the main event, and it's going to be The Rock vs John Cena. So, the pros and the cons of this match. Well, let's go through them. Let's go through my opinions on this match. Well, first of all, I'm not sure if this is a pro or a con, to be honest, but there's very low expectations from the internet wrestling community, and this could work out for the better in a lot of ways, because if you go in with low expectations, you're more likely to find it entertaining. I mean, if you go in thinking this is going to be a 1 out of 10 match, and it actually turns out to be, a 6 out of 10 match, then I suppose it's delivered for you, isn't it? I mean, if it has that difference, if you see what I'm saying, then that in some ways will make the match more appealing to you. Because you're going in there, you're thinking, Jesus, this is going to be terrible. And you get there and you think, well, it's not terrible. It's not great. It's not the greatest wrestling match I've ever seen in my life, but it's not terrible, And that's what a lot of fans could get out of this. So, a lot of internet fans, anyway. Next point, this match is supremely suited to the casuals and to the kids. I mean, the kids are so behind John Cena. The casual fans in general are so behind The Rock. So, you kind of get a matching of two big draws. You can't neither person. I don't care what anyone says. John Cena's a big draw. The Rock's a big draw. Of course, The Rock is a much bigger draw than John Cena. That can't be argued. But although John Cena's hated very, predominantly by a lot of the internet, he's still a big draw. People still, he still main events a lot of pay-per-views, and those pay-per-views seem to get high buy rates. So, that's not a coincidence. Is what I'm trying to say. Like last year's Rock versus Cena match drew 1.3 million buys, basically. I mean, people say, well, no, Punk Jericho drew that. Well, of course it's a mixture of all of them, but you've got to look at the match that was on the posters, the match that was the main event, and that's the match that drew the most buys, let's be honest. Okay. Cena winning would cause anger, not just on the internet, but probably in the crowd, because this year it is being held in New Jersey, and these crowds are known to have similar views to the internet, and I can just imagine John Cena winning and getting booed the hell out of, which is why it's good. You should be checking this pay-per-view out live so you can get a better feel for it if you buy it live on box office instead of waiting for because if you buy the replays, they generally tend to blur these boos out and stuff. So you want to be watching this live. The John Cena redemption story. We're being led to believe this is a John Cena redemption story. This sort of links in with the predictability of it, because they've been building to this match since really WrestleMania 27. They've been building to this moment since John Cena lost to The Miz, believe it or not, at WrestleMania 29. They built then to the first Rock vs Cena match, in which The Rock wins, the underdog loses, and now they're building towards the underdog story that John Cena, apparently coming off the worst year of his life, despite winning the Money in the Bank briefcase and beating Brock Lesnar, probably one of the biggest draws in company right now. So I'm not entirely convinced he had a terrible year as people make out, but that's the story they've gone with, the underdog story. He's going to come back and win, and the bottom line is John Cena's winning at WrestleMania 29. I'd honestly put... Well, of course I'm not always right. I'm not claiming to always be right, but I would be very, very, very shocked if The Rock won this match. If Cena wins, has he beaten everyone? This is a question I keep getting asked. Well, the answer is yes, pretty much. John Cena has beaten everyone. If he wins this match, there is nothing left. I repeat, there is nothing left in the WWE for John Cena to accomplish, other than one thing probably, and that is breaking the Undertaker streak. But I say no one, but not many people want to see John Cena end the Undertaker streak. But it's a match that they could well go with at WrestleMania 30. So other than that, I believe John Cena has done everything he can in the company. I mean, they have given him every major honour. He's had the WWE title numerous times. He's been on the top of the mountain numerous times. He's had a 300+ day title reign, or whatever, 250-day title reign. He's main evented numerous pay-per-views. He has main evented pay-per-views, at least 5, 6, 7, 8 pay-per-views a year for the last 8 years. Since he beat JBL WrestleMania 21. by WrestleMania 22, he was the main guy in the company because Batista had his injuries, etc. John Cena beat Triple H at WrestleMania 22, and that was the real. People talk about The Rock versus John Cena being the passing of the torch. No, that is completely incorrect because John Cena has been the top dog in the company for about, whether you like it or not, whether people hate him, people love him. I'm not a John Cena fan, but whether you like it or not, he has been the top dog in the company for the last 8 years. So The Rock vs John Cena is not the passing of the torch. The real passing of the torch, in my opinion, came at WrestleMania 22 when the other guy that very rarely loses clean, Triple H, the guy that very rarely loses in general, put John Cena over at WrestleMania 22. He actually tapped out to John Cena at WrestleMania 22. And if that is not a sign that they were happy to push John Cena to the hill, people should have seen it then. Even back then though, John Cena was getting booed from that crowd. But when John Cena beat Triple H at WrestleMania 22, we all should have known, and I think a lot of people did know, this guy was going to be around for a long time, and they were going to push him as high as they possibly could. Because you don't just beat Triple H unless you're a big, think about back to history when say for the last, I don't know. Since Triple H has turned into a face in DX, when did he ever lose clean? That's what I'm trying to say. When he was a heel, when did he ever lose clean? I mean, he lost to Goldberg. He had that reign in 2002 to 2004 where he was pretty much indestructible until he lost to Batista. So, The Rock struggles to work long matches and maintain them. This is a point. If you watched The Rock versus John Cena last year, I know The Rock could have endured, got an injury or something. People say, but it was a very lethargic feeling match. Also with The Rock versus CM Punk at the two past pay-per-views, Elimination Chamber and the Royal Rumble, you kind of felt The Rock was winded. CM Punk was having to carry him. Now this is going to be a lot harder for John Cena. Is not the type of wrestler to carry someone. John Cena normally gets put in with a good wrestler like CM Punk to produce a great match, which is why The Rock and CM Punk and John Cena produce great matches. Their styles fit together perfectly, in my opinion. They blend and make a great match. It's also why John Cena can have decent matches, maybe not great, but good matches with Dolph Ziggler last year, and the start of this year, because their styles match. And the difference between, them guys and The Rock isn't built to go long time to sell moves. He's built as he's a big guy, bigger than he used to be. He's a huge guy, and he's a similar frame to John Cena, maybe similar build to John Cena. So it's going to be hard for these two guys to carry each other through the match, in my opinion. It may result in both of them getting winded at certain points and a lot of grapple holds, things like that, like last year, and maybe not the action-packed match a lot of people want to see. But if you don't go in with the expectations of you're going to see something amazing, because I don't expect to see an amazing match, but I expect to see a good match. I expect to, it's going to have, and this brings me on to my next point, it does have, whether you like it or not, a big match feel about it, just like The Rock versus CM Punk did. And just like The Rock, no one can deny The Rock versus John Cena last year had a big match feel about it. People didn't know what to expect. It was one of the only John Cena matches in history since his, face turn. It's one of the only John Cena matches in history where the match was unpredictable. That's right, because we didn't know if a lot of people made John Cena John Cena was the favourite last year with a lot of people, and I believe with the bookies he was the favourite. The Rock did prevail, and this year it's different because John Cena is huge favourite. He's got to be. I haven't seen the bookies odds or anything, but he's got to be huge favourite this year because it just fits that John Cena, he's not going to lose it 3 straight WrestleManias. That's another point. They've been building to this moment for a very long time, and for John Cena to win this match. Near falls. Now, with these sorts of matches, you get, because they like to build you up, get you tense and stuff, you're going to have a whole lot of finishes. You're going to have I'd say there's going to be 3 rock bottoms, 3 attitude adjustments, and a couple of sharpshooters and STFUs, or whatever you call them. STFs, sorry. And that is going to add to the drama of the match. It might not make it the best technical wrestling match in the world, but it's going to make you... they're going to try and make it feel unpredictable, even though it's like the Undertaker matches. When you're watching them, you do, for very, very split seconds, think, wow. Like when Triple H hit the pedigree in Hell in the Cell, or when when Shawn Michaels hit the super kick and then Triple H hit the pedigree on The Undertaker in the Hell in a Cell, you actually thought for a split second, you thought, wow, the streak's over. And although deep down you probably knew, no it ain't, it does have you believe that it could be for a split second, and that's how they're going to do this match with all the near falls. And finally, this match is, I know this is, going to cause a lot of controversy, this comment. It's a dream match to a certain extent, as in these two guys are from different generations. They were the top dogs in their generations. Alright, The Rock had Stone Cold with him. John Cena had CM Punk with him. I mean, John Cena didn't have CM Punk with him until 2011. But maybe Randy Orton with him as well. He had Batista with him. But these two guys were at least in the top 3 of their generation, if you see what I'm saying. And they're getting matched together. And this makes it a dream match. Although we've already seen it, is a match that, if you had said, before The Rock returned in 2011, if you had said The Rock versus John Cena, people would have been like, yeah, let's buy it. Well, a lot of people would. I'm not speaking for everyone, but a lot of people, especially casual fans, would have been like, no, we're never going to see that match. But if we could, we'd buy it. And that's why this match will sell. And my prediction for the amount of buys WrestleMania will do, I think it will do about 1.1, 1.2 in that region, million buys, which is still an extremely successful pay-per-view. With the 3 main event matches they've got booked, The Rock vs John Cena, The Undertaker vs CM Punk, Triple H versus Brock Lesnar, them 3 matches will sell this card and make it one of the highest selling pay-per-views of all time. Probably the second highest selling pay-per-view of all time, in my opinion. Anyway, thanks for watching this video. This has been the Matt Z WWE Show. Please be sure to leave a like and a comment and go subscribe.